Oh my, it's so beautiful. Look at Gartenbau, it's positively wondrous. It's delectable with all of its flowers and flora and aroma. Fill my nostrils, Gartenbau. So, the reason I'm talking like that is because this is featuring art from the Victorian era. This is all about tiling in the Victorian era with a bunch of fancy muckety mucks. So yeah, if you like beautiful tile laying games, then this is going to be a good one for you. It's also got a really nice rondelle where you can move around and take some actions and do all that sort of stuff. And I like a rondelle system because it's not that hard to wrap your head around, but it also, you know, full of nice strategy. Oh, look at all this beautiful art on it. I can't get this stuff out of here. Come on, get out of there. Oh, I don't know what this is. What is all this? Is that just extra stuff in the box? Look at all those tiles. Look at all those tiles with those wonderful flowers. This is Terracotta Army from Board and Dice, and I love the theme of this game. In the game, the Emperor has died, and you are making a terracotta army to accompany him into the afterlife. And, you know, it's just a very unique theme, right, that we haven't seen. And I love this cover right here. Like, ooh, look at these guys. Oh, are they real? Are they clay? Oh, whatever they are, they're haunting. They are haunting me right now. Look at them with their dead eyes. Oh, I'll see you in my dreams, soldier. So, yeah, this is another game that has a big rondelle in it, but one of the things about it is you'll notice it has multiple rondelles in with like seated within the rondelle, and so you know, there's layers to it, right? And what an awesome idea this is. You know what this is right here? This is a storage system for all of these little miniatures. You can put them down in there and keep them organized instead of just in little plastic baggies. So, you know, the Terracotta Army just upped the insert game. We got, you know, screw you, plastic baggies. Nobody wants you anymore. We want this cool thing for our miniatures. This is the new standard. And if you don't do this in the future, board game publishers, I swear to God, these army soldiers are going to come after you, okay? We are all going to, us gamers are going to make our own Terracotta Army and send it after you until you make these types of inserts for our miniatures, okay? So thank you, Terracotta Army, for showing us the way. Ahoy! A pirate's life. Why do we always do that voice whenever we hear pirate sort of stuff? It's not like we have recordings from back in like the 1700s pirate time, you know? We all just assume pirates are like, arr, matey, but, you know, there could have been pirates that are like, hey, I'm Jeff, I'm from Boston, I'm a pirate, you know, just kind of love getting treasure and, living a life of my own choosing. Just Jeff from Boston, pirate life for me. You know, why don't we ever have that? So Ahoy is from Leader Games, and this is, one of the things I'm excited about this is they're known for, you know, their sort of asymmetric games like Root, and this is an asymmetric game that's a little bit easier to get into because pirates prefer ease. So, this is, I want to get into this one because I want to be able to, like, play a highly asymmetric game with people who aren't quite as much of gamers. You know, some people are doing pick up and deliver in this, some people are doing area control, and some people are sitting and watching because it only plays 4 players. If there's a 5th player, they're sitting there and watching and being like, I dream of one day being a pirate too. And you're like, well, keep putting in the work and you can do it. I'll tell you, it is very difficult to resist howling into my microphone right now, okay? Every time you see the wolves, everybody wants to become a wolf. Everyone wants to pretend to be a wolf. I'm not doing it, okay? I'm trying to take a more original stance on the game Wolves, but it is hard to do. It is hard to do when all we want to do is howl. Howling is fun. We enjoy howling. For some reason, hey, you want to feel like you're part of a group? Yeah, that's what wolves are. They're part of a community, and, you know, sometimes we don't get that as adults anymore. You know how hard it is to make friends as adults? It's not hard for wolves to make friends. They're born into a pack, you know? That's why we play board games. It's because now we're part of a community. Now we have a reason to make friends. Oh, so this is an interesting game. It is an area control game, but it's an area control game where you move across the board. You know, you have to sort of migrate, and I like that about it. So there's different, you know, the board is going to be all these different tiles and stuff like that. Man, did you see what I just did? I just cut my finger on this, and I tried to ignore it. I tried to be professional, and it's hurting me right now. So, you know what? The wolves drew blood. Huh? That feels very appropriate for this. The wolves are, this is brutal. It's area control, it's cutthroat, and you're gonna bleed when you play it, apparently. Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. I feel like this game might have been designed just from that line, because in the game, you are mice riding the hands of a clock around the board. Did they just go, ooh, I love the way that sounds. Hickory Dickory Dock, a mouse ran up a clock. Let's make a game about it. To be fair, I do think there is probably more game here in this than just that. But it's fun to dream. It's fun to think, you know what I mean? Plaid Hat Games makes some great games, and this was one of my most anticipated of the year 2023, and it's already out in January, and it makes me so excited that a game that I was super stoked about is coming out so quickly in the year. I mean, a lot of times you have to wait for a while to get them, but not this one. This one's now, baby. Oh, look at that big old beautiful board. I love this board. Oh yeah, and then you have a hand, clock hand, and the clock hand's going around and stuff. And look at all these such pretty starbursts. You know, move over, Azul. Look at these colors. Oh man, I love it. And these dual layered player boards. Oh man, this is just getting me so excited. And there's the clock hand. There's the clock hand, and your meeples just sit in that clock hand and ride it around until you can get what you want. And yes, what I want is Hickory Dickory, and I've already got it. I feel so good. DragonQuest. Now, are we dragons going on a quest, or are we going on a quest for dragons? I don't know. I don't know what is happening here. So, based on this cover, it could be either that's us, or we're trying to get to that guy. You know what I mean? So this is from Queen Games, and as you can see, it is a fantasy dice game. This game is all about rolling some dice. There's a push your luck aspect to it, and I love push your luck games. So that's one of the things that really excited me about this one. Oh, and it's got some roll and write aspects to it. Look. So a bunch of sheets here. One of the things I know about this game is they said it can be decently brutal. There is player elimination in this game. And so, look at all those chunky dice. Those are big ol' honkers. Oh, you want to feel some dice in your hand? Well, that's why they put dice on the name of this, because there are dice. These are big ass dice. And all of them do different things. But yeah, as I was saying, there's player elimination. And so if you're not careful, you know, you're going to have to sit there and watch people play the game for 30 minutes without you. So don't die on your first turn. Don't die on your first turn, because then your Dragon Quest, we tell tales about how quickly you died, all right? Where you're like, oh, remember how bad Eddie was? He walked into the dungeon, slipped on a rock, and stabbed himself, died first turn of the game, okay? So don't be Eddie. Don't be that guy. You wanna go farther in your Dragon Quest.